Which VWAP is most important in your trading? Is it going to be the 1 minute New York VWAP anchor from 9:30 New York Open, or the 6 p.m. Eastern changeover of day, or what I call the daily VWAP? Well, I use both of them, but I want to talk you through how they go hand in hand and how sometimes on some days they're going to be in disagreement, and those are probably the tougher days to trade when they're not in full alignment. Our best trades, we're going to be above everything. Everything looks clearly long. Vice versa for shorts. But let's go over the 1 minute first on NQ here, and you'll see what I mean putting this into practice. So the open comes in quite bearish. Definitely all sellers to start. We'll get into the 15-minute bias in just a little bit. But we have all underneath New York VWAP. Not once, but twice, another third, fourth time here. Buyers try to take it, keep on failing. So sellers are clearly holding in that control, right? They've been in since the open. They're not giving it back up to the buyers. I can't be looking for longs yet. But matched with those lower highs, there's no lower lows coming in, right? So we're still falling on top, but we're not really falling on the bottom. So not really the best case scenario. We're kind of wedging here, which isn't the best. I don't really look at those. But the fact that there's no lower lows isn't the best. Yes, one eventually comes in. But which VWAP do I weigh more? The 1 minute New York VWAP here is telling me to sell it. We keep holding it underneath, which the case being, if you're going to sell it, the best prices are always going to come as close to that VWAP. So even on a slow day or a ranging day, you can make money in any of these little pops away from it. You're going to be pretty quick and a little scalpy with it. But if you get pricing near that VWAP on any certain day, you'll get some nice move from it. On a clear trending day, even if you buy it or sell it there, you'll definitely make money. But on a clean trending day, even if you sell it a little bit lower, there's a lot of move in it, you'll make some money that way as well. But to cover all our bases on a day that doesn't really run like this, what do I do? So on the 1 minute, it's looking bearish. Let's pull up the 15-minute here on the left. Well, geez, there goes that short bias. I don't want to sell that at all. That the 15-minute is definitely telling me to long it. Higher highs and higher lows since the overnight back here, right? Respecting above this overnight in London session here as it normally does. And that's another one of my favorite VWAPs to trade off of. But you look at it, all of this chop, all of these lack of lower day, new lower lows is at this overnight VWAP. So can I fully be a seller with us holding onto that VWAP? Well, if I'm listening to the 15-minute saying that's the most important one, I'm not going to be looking for shorts. If I say the 1 minute's more important, I'm going to be looking for shorts today and get cooked. So that's why I say if you can get them both in agreement of we're above both of them, you'll find the best long. So I don't think one really is more important than the other. You want to have full conviction in both of them. We can go over to a markup over here on the right side, and you'll see this one here. Actually, no, let's go to this one because the 15 minutes in this markup. Looking at it as we're above the New York, so buyers are in, and at that time we're back above the overnight. So now I have full alignment. I'm not trying to call the bottom of this bearish move. It's telling me buyers are in across the board. Yes, it's still pretty sideways, and it's kind of the same price it had rejected previously. So it could be a little bit risky. But generally, since we're above both VWAPs, I'm still holding that long bias until we really break lower and start breaking these VWAPs to the downside, right? And vice versa for shorts. When we're below both of them, it's going to be generally easier shorts. So let's go back to the 1 minute and 15 minute here. You can see as we get back above this overnight on the left, where would that be price action wise? Back over here, looking like we're making new higher highs because buyers are finally stepping back in after spending a lot of time defending that VWAP. So if you don't look at that 15-minute VWAP, and again, I call it the 15-minute, you could also look at it just on the electronic trading hours. So let's do that here. And you'll see it on there. It just transfers over. But when you're on the regular trading hours, it thinks the start of day is 9:30 open. So that's why I anchor my own 9:30 New York here. So we'll change that blue. So either way, looking at these two VWAPs, yes, we're below this blue one, but we're holding this black one. Okay, I can't be full conviction in either direction until we're above both of them, like over here, and that's when it's finally ready to go. Well, let's say you missed that idea because it's generally pretty choppy. So let's just let it make a new high, pull back, let's anchor a new high a day up to there. Wait for buyers to step back in because at this point, we know we're above all VWAPs. We're in line with that 15-minute. I want to get long the next time buyers tell me they're back in. That's going to be a break of this high day VWAP. I teach all of that here on Apex TV, the full Futures 2.0 strategy. I give you all these key levels, all the VWAPs to use, how to use them, where your stop should go, everything you need. If you want to get access for free, just use code FIRST. The link is down below. And then once you go through that, you can tune into the streams for free as well and see us take these trades live every single day. So going back to this stop loss placement below previous structure, and you make it a new high a day. You can maybe even re-anchor it over here as it makes a new high, pull back, buyers are back in, make another new high. Maybe at that point of the day, it's a little bit more clearly long bias, like we're saying, right? But a lot of the time, I know you guys are looking for trades around the open, so that's why I think this is still a good lesson here in the morning, not waiting until the afternoon, that these longs aren't bad, right? You're saying, oh, wow, look at these rejections and support off this overnight. I want to be a buyer. I would agree with that. So if you're long in the break above New York there, stop loss would have to go, no other way around it, at the bottom of the range, because that's when it's going to truly invalidate your longs for now, right? None of these small higher lows are going to make you wrong on the longs, but if it breaks a new low, you probably don't want to be long. Now, I say that as today you get stopped out at a new low, and you do want to still be long. That's one of those tough examples, and that's the case where I got to try it again. Let me just get back in long next time. Buyers step in. Now stop loss at the new structure, and it makes another new high. You make that money back, right? So it's not always that clean. It's not always that annoying of getting pinned out like this and then seeing it rip your face off. But generally, don't get chopped up too much when not a lot of new information is happening. That's one of the worst things I could even say and see on stream is someone took 3 losses, maybe long, maybe short, doesn't really matter, all within this chop because they longed it, put a tight stop, they get stopped out on a pullback, right? Then maybe longed it here, stop loss right there, get stopped out. Now they have to jump back in, stop loss at this structure, they get stopped out. So they're 0 for 2 in the day, but we haven't even made a new low. So if we're not making new lows, why are we out of any long? Doesn't make sense. So put your stop loss where you want to be out of the idea, where it would be invalidated, where it would probably be wrong, and you may even want to switch direction. And on this one, you don't want to switch direction because you see it doesn't even hold outside that range. So don't be chasing shorts just because it's moving lower there. Pull back, can't sustain back lower. Probably want to long it back in the direction of overall trend. But this is honestly one of my favorite VWAPs to use. When you look at the 15-minute, just how cleanly it is, especially on a day like today, it looks like, oh yeah, never a doubt was it bullish. From the pre-market changeover of day, it was never a doubt bullish. But you have to survive all this noise of, what was it, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, creating that next higher low. And they don't always take this long. Many times you'll find maybe 15, 20 minutes, and it pops right back up. But sometimes you'll find it sits down here for an hour or two, and then buyers finally win the battle. So don't get chopped up too much. Don't put too much risk on any one idea, so that if it gives you another opportunity later, you could try to capitalize and make it back if you did lose. But like I said, always feel free to reach out if you have any questions on the VWAPs, on the strategy, on the streams. Always ask the questions on stream. I hope many of you will tune in since it's free. Join for the first month. Use code FIRST. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's keep on making money on stream. Check out the course, and I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow morning.